Hey everybody, it's Dave Mason with Angle Invokers in the Dave Mason Real Estate Group, and today we are going to touch on how to get the best deal in Vancouver when purchasing a home. But before we do so, thank you for watching. If you enjoy the content, do me a favor, subscribe, like this video. It helps me get in front of people like yourself, and you can also share this on your platforms such as email, Instagram, etc. So, a lot of buyers ask, I want the best deal. That's a fair question. And there's a way to go about it. And today I'm going to touch on how to do that and how to make sure that when you are searching for a home that you exercise all options to make sure that when you do purchase a home that you get the best price possible. So my first tip is don't just wait for new listings. That is a common thing that a lot of buyers do. Their agents will set them up on a drip campaign. They will send all the ones that kind of they had that discussion about, and the buyers let their agent know, so they'll have a little areas and bedrooms, etc., age, all the features that they want in the home, and they'll send them a bunch of listings. And a lot of the time what gets lost is you're only looking at the newer ones. My suggestion is go back 30, 60, 90 days, look at those ones. A lot of the time there might be agents that just aren't communicating with their sellers or giving them market updates, or maybe the seller's expectations are a bit too high and they actually have to see something on paper before they realize that they're overpriced. But don't forget to look at these. Go look at these. There might be an opportunity for you. There are room for negotiations. Sometimes even when sellers don't price it accordingly, they just let their agent know, hey, let's just see what happens, and we can leave ourselves negotiation room, knowing that maybe the property is worth $50,000, $75,000 or more than they are listed at. They just want to take that strategic approach in their mind. That's why they sit for so long. Then they might get an offer that's in line with market value or less because they sat too long, and that's your opportunity to capitalize. So don't just focus on the new listings. A lot of buyers do that. I'm not saying don't obviously go see them. You have to do that, but don't just let your focus lie there. Kind of go outside that and look at things that are sitting on the market for a longer period of time. The next one's going to be, you got to know your numbers. You have to look at these things, like I said, on days on market. Know the list price versus sale price. Get familiar with that. Run the CMA with your agent there. Look at what's being listed, how many days on market, what does it actually sell for, and then you can actually make educated offers when it comes to offer time on those properties, and you can account for things such as the interest rate hikes that are on the horizon and just happen. We know that we're going to see values go down there, so you can use those as arsenal as well. You want to look at how many months of inventory we have, how much demand is there actually currently having. So you want to familiarize yourself with these numbers so that when you are making an offer, it's an educated offer and you can feel very confident that it's something that you put on pen and that made sense for yourself. My next one is don't skip over the ones with bad photos or just one photo. I know it's frustrating. And you know what? That could be the seller's request that they only want an exterior photo. Maybe the interior doesn't show as nice as it should. It might not show terrible, but maybe they're embarrassed about that. Maybe it's just the agent not wanting to do his job or her job to the fullest, or they're lazy. I don't know. There's variable reasons for it. But the thing is, don't skip those, because a lot of people do skip those. And there might be an opportunity there for you to actually get a good price, not have to compete. Again, might be sitting on the market for a while. That could be the reason, because there is only one photo. Nevertheless, do not go see those, because those could be opportunities for you to secure a property under market value because they're not getting the views that they should be getting. The next one's going to be tenanted properties. A lot of people do not want to go this because of the risk involved. And well, if you write the contract properly, the risk is mitigated. So do not look at those and say, I don't want any part of that, because again, there are strategic ways to write a contract that protects you to make sure that you do have vacant possession. So there should be a very limited risk, and those properties typically sell for less. So again, that is an opportunity for you to go see what it looks like. Perhaps they're great tenants. Maybe they're under the understanding, maybe they've already looked and they're already looking right now, knowing that the house is going to sell at some point or another, and they want to just kind of speed up the process. So you don't know what the tenant's acting like. So do yourself a favor, go book those, look at them, see what's available, and maybe, just maybe, you'll get yourself a tenanted property that is well taken care of for a good deal. The next one would be go back to listings that had expired already. Go back to May of last year all the way to maybe November, December. Check out the expired listings or canceled listings. Have your agent do that, because sometimes there might be one that you really like that the sellers are thinking about bringing to market and they may not have brought it back to market, and your agent can reach out to their agent directly and request a showing. Just say, hey, saw you had this property, it didn't sell last year. I have some buyers who are pretty interested in that complex or that area. Can I bring them through? A lot of the time the agent's like, sure, why not? They'll they'll call their sellers and they'll get something set up, because that avoids the whole showing process for the sellers and having to do the open houses, etc., getting the house ready so you can walk through. And if it makes sense for you, you might be able to get yourself a deal. Saves the people money on their side as far as getting things ready, cleaned up, etc. Saves them time, saves them a headache. So there might be an opportunity there for you to get a house under market value. The next one's going to be long weekend offers. Now, if you are looking for a place and you are not going away on the long weekend, do yourself a favor. Book some showings, especially if you go back to those ones that have been sitting on the market for months at a time. Go see those. There's not a lot of people who are shopping on a long weekend. They're typically out enjoying their long weekend, and if for whatever reason you had to stay at work or you had some commitments locally that you could not move, do yourself a favor, spend a couple hours, go look at these properties. Again, if one of them makes sense and the sellers get an offer on a long weekend, they might be compelled to take a price lesser than they were even a few weeks ago, just based on the fact that they have some action on a long weekend and they don't want to miss this opportunity. So do yourself a favor. If you are staying local and you are seriously shopping for a house, take 2 or 3 hours out of your long weekend and go view those properties, especially, like I mentioned, the ones that have been sitting on the market for 30, 60, 90 days, because they are super motivated. And if they get an offer on a long weekend, they may even be more motivated. And last but not least, as summer approaches, we are going to go through July here. August typically does have the slowest and lowest sale prices of the month. So do some due diligence as a buyer right now. Go shopping. Look at the areas that you're interested in, the product you're interested in, the buildings you're interested in. Now that you've gone and seen all the buildings that you enjoy, you know the areas, you've really narrowed down that list. You can narrow it down to 1 or 2. And you go look at those. And in August, like I mentioned, slow month, you can give these sellers maybe a compelling offer that's more favorable for yourself, and they're more inclined to take because of how slow the month has been already. And you might find yourself a bit of a deal there. So those are the things that I usually have conversations with my buyers about, and how to strategically approach a balance or a buyer's, even a seller's market sometimes. So there are ways around paying top dollar for certain products in certain areas in Vancouver. If you liked what you saw, let me know. If you have any questions, do so. Or if you think I missed something, leave it in the comments and I will comment back. Again, thank you for watching. Take care and stay safe.